Dear friend, I hope you are doing well. And I'd call this video today for updating what's next. Like after people who have applied for MEXT scholarship through Japanese embassy in Rwanda, especially for Burundian, that's whom I am coming back for because I'm receiving some question about what's next. So I wanna like we review what's going. Hey, I like music. That's why like I'll get interrupted a little bit. So I want to get it clear. Then we go through and we check like after like a beforehand between like the deadline uh, before the deadline there was a virtual meeting which was done by Japanese embassy to explain what are the procedure that are following, what you need to be done, what you need to do while applying, and what will happen after application. So I want we go through, we check the application and see how it is going on. So it won't be difficult since, like, according to how I saw, it's very described. This is the online meeting. It happened just like a few days before the deadline of the application happened. Unfortunately for Rwanda, it won't cover for Rwanda because for Rwanda was already done. So this how the meeting was. This is the summary they shared after the virtual meeting. So they explained like there was a procedure for the application, written exam, but also there was an opportunity for two alumni stories, like two students who benefited the exchange student. I'm sorry, two students who benefited the MEXT scholarship to Japan. And this was time like also like you see Mr. Sasawa. I don't know who he is. He's possibly someone who's working in the embassy in Rwanda. So this was the end of the meeting. The meeting was a very short, according to what you see, approximately 1 hour. That's what I think. Okay. Then this was the process. For Rwandan, there's an exception. Like when they're applying for MEXT scholarship, they don't apply directly to Japanese embassy. I want to highlight this so that next year, if you're applying, you need to know that first you need to apply to HEC. HEC, I guess it is the Higher Educational Council. I think that way. So I don't know what HEC or what like HEC based on to recommend some random applicant to apply. But for Burundian, there's still a process which is fairly easy comparing to Rwandan because Rwandan it's like they pass two procedure. They first apply through HEC, then HEC recommend them to Japanese embassy, and then after recommending them, they do exam. But for Burundian, it's straight. You apply directly through email, which is good. I don't know why. Maybe possibly it's because like Burundi is still using like a French system, which become difficult for applicant from Burundi to apply to come to study to Japan because uh, it's become harder since like the process of learning the language take place in English. So maybe they make it open. That's why maybe there's still an opportunity for them. So this is how the screening will come. This I told you for Rwanda, the screening first pass by HEC, select those who proceed to the writing. The embassy and HEC will cooperate, then they select those who will pass. So for the writing exam, I don't know who will be notified, but for Rwanda, it seems to be have already gone because for Rwanda, it's already they passed the exam between July 5th to 9th, which means like since I got this video today, the application is no longer for Rwanda. They may have already sit for the exam. So for Burundian, who will be get the chance to sit for exam? They will be contacted. They may expect to be contacted between today because there was some applicant who between today and the 10th. Because as you can see, until 12, I mean, as you can see, the Burundian applicant, they will sit like they will select between 12th and 16th July. They will select one day, which you will all sit on the right on the exam. And the exam possibly it will happen online. There will be no exam, no physical exam due to COVID. The exam will happen online, which means like you need to be prepared for PC, for internet, for power. You need to be ready. And then after the written exam, I want to tell you about something. Written exam will be if you attend the meeting, it will be like depending on the option or major you want to measure through, or you choose as a preference, you will do different language, you do different courses, I mean, such as biology, physics, mathematics, but including Japanese. So don't panic about Japanese because people know, they know that you don't know any basic. So do what you know first, like work on those exams that you are sure about, English or mathematics, then Japanese, like make it at the end and don't delay on it as they recommend here. After 16th, directly after 3 days, because like we could assume that like the written exam would happen like a bit on 15th, according to my prediction. Between 19th to 23, there will be one day, the embassy will select one day to pass for interview. So after interview, the embassy you have to know that the embassy notify those who have passed the interview text and submitted commendation form to MEXT. After the interview, the embassy will notify those who have passed the interview test, and they submit their recommendation to the Ministry of Education and the Culture, Sport, and Sciences and Technology, which is the Ministry of Education in Japan. So then afterward, the MEX will do also another screening, but this one won't be difficult because since the consultant will have already recommended you, it won't be difficult. It's just like some papers that you need to look for, such as I think such as the health insurance. No, I'm sorry, medical certificate. There are some documents that they told that they are required, but for this time they didn't tell you to bring them. Then final result in January 22 to tell you like we have already confirmed you. This is what you need to prepare. This is the important note that it is very important that you prepare your application document nearby. They present you incompleteness will affect the final result. It means like if there is anything missing like during the application, that's you can expect that your application may be rejected. This concern the note about applying, which we have already completed. So this is doesn't concern today. Let's look for this test. How to study for the test, because this is what is going on. I hope you have checked the last paper exam. Use time when you are doing the exam. Don't you overuse or don't delay on one question which you don't know. Don't study Japanese too much, please. It's clear that they know that we don't know Japanese, and the Japanese myself, I took like 3 months preparatory Japanese and still I don't know it. So which means like be simple. First prepare those other questions, but also like learn some Nihongo or some Japanese. Basically, in Japanese is called the Nihongo. I hope you want it like in Japanese. Time management is important. Japanese exam tend to require you to work on some question in short time. Try to solve as much as possible from easier one. This is the advice they give. Question you are very sure how to deal with. You may abandon the following question you have no clue how to solve it. Leave them, like for Japanese. Before taking the exam, try to plan how much time you will spend each session. Format of the exam is almost the same every year. You may refer to the past exam so that you will have an idea. Frequently asked question. How can I find the link where I can register for myself? Rwandan student. So for Rwandan student, it's through HEC website, High Educational Council. Am I supposed to submit medical certificate now? No, this is like this is the second screening that will be done by Ministry of Education in Japan. Is it possible to take the written exam online? Yeah. So there will be no physical exam because of COVID. Everything will happen online. That means you don't need to worry. So this is the end. I guess if you have question, look, put some question in the comment, or maybe some clarification that where I didn't describe well, especially that I made this video when I was in hurry, because now it's getting the night. We are at 1:24, and I said that I should post it by 1:30. So see you, ciao ciao. Subscribe and share to people who know that they are preparing to pass this procedure. Let me scroll down and see what's everything, how it's going. I'm recording from my room. You can see I'm listening to music because I was a little bit feeling tired, to see if I can also work on this stuff. Don't be distracted by the music. Sometimes I go back to history and listen to the long term music. I'm scrolling to see the previous question. So I think now we are done. So if you have question, please ask. And these days I'm doing an episode, different episode related to the experience of people who have come to Japan in different ways. Hopefully tomorrow or after tomorrow I'll post another Zambian girl who has spent 3 years in Japan. Possibly, I don't know if I will get some other friends from south part of America. I'm trying. I see maybe I can see them. So I will update you. Thank you very much. See you guys. Love you. I need your subscribe. I need your sharing to this video. Yeah, we are together, and I hope that my video will maybe be impactful to many people, especially people who want to come to study to Japan, but also elsewhere, because I think soon we are starting to we are going to be making video of how to apply on African Leadership University in Rwanda, Kepler University in Rwanda, Protestant Institute of Arts and Social Sciences in Rwanda, where I study, and at TAS, Tokyo University Foreign Studies, possibly for master's program. At the F University undergraduate program, there is a Science Po in France, but unfortunately for a Science Po, they require some time admission fee, which is not very expensive, but fairly expensive sometimes for refugees, especially. But we will work through that and see what's going on, like slowly. See you.